Hey guys, Wolvie here with a special presentation for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Global. This is going to be the 2nd or 3rd of July 2020, depending on where you are on the planet. This is going to be the 2nd of July because I'm in the United States and this is where I am based in. So, with this particular video, I do have yet another update to the potential future of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Global and or JP. And another update from Yongyea, and it's from the UK once again. There is another group of individuals in the UK, and they're government-based, that's actually asking for some regulations regarding loot boxes and microtransactions in games like this. So, what I'm going to be doing, like the last video, is I will be putting a link in the description to Yongyea's YouTube video on the matter. He's got a ton of resources to check out, some links, all that jazz. So with this is my opinion only, so keep that in mind. With that out of the way, I will meet you guys at the home screen. So, but take a good look at the images while you wait. Okay, so I am back, and like I said, I did promise certain aspects here there regarding the latest update from Yongyea, and this is again the newest update for the United Kingdom. So the newest group to be asking for regulations on loot boxes and microtransactions is known as the House of Lords. It is a government group in the United Kingdom. They're actually asking for regulation for microtransactions and loot boxes to be part of gambling. Now, we do know that Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia is one of many mobile gadget games with that very mechanic in it, no matter how hard one wants to deny the fact. Now, the reason why I word it like this, and it's on purpose, is because if you look at the whole Belgium incident from 2 years ago, it was around this time, give or take a few months, where Belgium actually placed a ban on loot boxes and microtransactions, which caused default to be no longer available in Belgium as of December 2018. Now, the thing here is that Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia was not the only game by Square Enix to be removed. Two other notable games to have been removed from Belgium includes the now defunct Mobius Final Fantasy, as well as Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Now, if you look at War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, this is not even available in Belgium due to the 2018 ruling. And we also know that the country of the Netherlands actually has similar laws in the books. Now, we don't know if Defo FFBE is still available in the Netherlands. I think they still are. But that's something I definitely had to double check on my own time. But Yongyea did mention here in his last video, like on the series, that the House of Lords in the UK is the latest group to be wanting regulations to be made on loot boxes and microtransactions. Now, I do want to say here for this video, it's not going to be terribly long, so this is the only information I do have. But it does reiterate one rather major point. The major point being that we need to be talking about things like this. Not only amongst each other, but to our respective government bodies. Meaning that those of you who are in the United Kingdom, please get a hold of your lawmakers. And this is for those of you who want this game to still lack the regulations. You need to get a hold of your lawmakers. Prove them wrong. Because as of right now, we're all proving them right. And another thing I do want to point out that Again, if the regulations are being made to the United Kingdom where loot boxes and microtransactions are considered a part of gambling, changes will be made, and it may not be good for default. And the changes that could be made, in my personal opinion, meaning that default could no longer be played by those under the legal gambling age. And this does depend on where you live in the world. Some countries have it at around the age of 18. Others have it at around the age of 21. It could be even older than that. But it is very important for all of us to, and those who want to keep things as they are right now, to reach out to our lawmakers saying, we don't want these regulations, but we want to be able to continue to play the game under legitimate circumstances. And the thing is with that is that you have people who live in a country where default might not be available, but they're still playing it under the virtual private network. And like I said before, I am one of those people who do not recommend using a virtual private network for the simple reason that they are traceable. Meaning that you could be doing something wrong and you could be found out. Or alternatively, the virtual private network you're using, they could be doing something wrong and you get exposed as a result of that. But again, we need to be talking about this, not just amongst each other, but to our respective government officials as well. Because if the UK gets this change in order, and it's in their laws that microtransactions and loot boxes are part of gambling, changes will be made to where anybody who is of legal gambling age are the only ones that can play this game. Which could mean a loss of revenue, a drop in the player base, and eventual no more of the game. And like I said, this is not going to be a long video because it's not much of an update, but I do want to provide something new and some information. I will have a link to Yongyea's YouTube video on the matter in the description below. But yes, we do know that the House of Lords in the United Kingdom are now asking for regulation on loot boxes and microtransactions to change the UK's current gambling laws to where the change has loot boxes and microtransactions as a form of gambling. And as much as one may want to deny the fact, it is a reality because we are not talking about it. And the less we talk about it, at least amongst ourselves, and reaching out to the lawmakers, we're going to see more countries, in my personal opinion, getting laws like what the UK is doing. But even though the UK is changing it, we're probably going to be seeing more countries enacting loot box and microtransaction regulation to where those two are a part of gambling. Now, some of us may have time on our side, some of us don't. And the sooner we act, the better the chance we have in saving default, and saving the other mobile gacha games. So with that, I am done for this video with Wolvie here, signing off. I will catch you all on the flip side.